I'm on a very different type of hike today. Sunday afternoon, February 6th. This is the San Francisco Bay near the, well, it's south of the midpoint of the bay, but near Mountain View and Sunnyvale. And over there is the East Bay, Fremont area. I can't remember some of the other towns there now at the moment, Newark, and places like that. And down there is Alviso, which is the southernmost point of the San Francisco Bay, and I believe Alviso is part of the city of San Jose, but I'm not sure if that's true or if it's a separate small town. From where I was a few minutes ago, I thought that I'd just walk across to the main trail there. But now I see that there's some kind of an inlet into the bay here that I have to get across, and I'm not sure that there is a bridge, but maybe down there is, near that bicycle. But looking on the maps, it seems like there are almost endless miles of trails right next to the bay here from Alviso to Palo Alto. But maybe some of them are foreshortened by creeks and inlets like this. I don't know. Over there where the tent-looking building is, that's actually Shoreline Amphitheater, which is one of the major venues for rock concerts and days of the green, on the green and things like that in this area. Well, the problem of getting on the trail was not as big as it looked from where we were. There wasn't a bridge coming over, but the little road, frontage road, comes up to here, and then over that way is where the bridge actually crosses the creek or the canal, whatever it is. And this is called Stevens Creek Trail. And Stevens Creek is one of the main streets in San Jose, so I'm surprised to find that name all the way out here. Here's a little map of the trail area, the shoreline. It's like a summer day today, February 6th, around 70 degrees or maybe even 71 or 72. I'm in my short sleeves and feeling hot even with that. Don't know which way to go here. Obviously I can't go everywhere, so I think I'll go that way first and come back some other day and do some of the other possible trails. So this trail is heading northwest. Those mountains in front of us are the Santa Cruz Mountains, or the Coastal Range, as they're called further up in the peninsula here, called the Santa Cruz Mountains from San Jose. So that would be west, and this would be north towards San Francisco. And I'm walking against the sun right now, but I'll turn right when I come to the other side of this bridge. Now turning more easterly. There's a jogger on the other side, taking advantage of the warm weather. And there's another jogger in that direction on a trail pretty far away. almost immediately after mine. Here I can hear some frog sounds. So this little creek is a great breeding place for frogs, apparently. This is the second day of 70-degree temperatures in the Bay Area, and the first Sunday in a long time that the weather was nice enough to do a video hike. I prefer weather like this, certainly, than drizzly days. Don't want to hike on drizzly days. And being retired, there's no reason why I should, unless I have a meeting with someone. But forget what I was starting to say now. This hike is pretty much limited to Sundays because the traffic is so heavy on the freeway getting here. On any other day, if I were to be on that highway any time between 3 and 7 or 7:30 in the evening, it would be asking for problems. So I waited for a Sunday to come today, and even today the traffic was quite heavy, but certainly not stop and go as it would be in rush hour. Large waterfowl there. I think from their markings they're mallard ducks, but they look as big as geese. There's some of them up on the bank there at the top of the bank, standing up, and they look too big to be ducks, but I'm going to go with ducks anyway. My first pictures of the creek here made me wonder where the bridge was down here that enabled the trail to continue across the creek. It turns out it's just a land bridge. There might be a pipe under it. I'm not close enough to know for sure whether it does have a pipe inlet or outlet. Not sure if it's a creek or just an inlet, but I am guessing that it's the end of Stevens Creek. So it's an outlet to the bay rather than an inlet from the bay, if that's the case, but who knows. Well, those sure look like geese now that I'm closer to some of them. So I didn't realize geese had colored necks like that sometimes. I need to get out more. Well, it doesn't appear that there's even a pipe going through here. So on high water times, probably, there are periods when it flows over this as a spillway. And floods where I'm now standing. It's such a sunny day today that it's very hard to see the screen right in front of my face. And I try to hold it as close to my mouth as I can so that I won't be broadcasting my voice any more than I need to. But I'm glad that cell phones have made it possible to talk randomly out in public without having to hide. It's interesting how just a short curve in the road here, or the trail, changes the perspective quite a bit. Scenic no matter how you look at it. And over there, there's some white mountains, or mounds, and those are salt harvested from the bay. And it's purified and then marketed, probably mostly for road salt, but I'm not even sure about that. I should know better than to guess. considering how many oftentimes I do guess wrong. But it's fun. It gives me something to write about them when I put the page together. It's possible, in fact I'm even going to say it's likely, that this mound on my left covers a former landfill. When we moved to Palo Alto in 1972, the Palo Alto landfill was in a place very much like this, and it is now covered up and a very popular place for hikes on trails there. We'll probably do that a few weeks from now. Palo Alto is about 5 miles as the crow flies directly ahead of us here. In fact, I can see by the naked eye the Hoover Tower right over a clump of trees that are directly at the, or beyond the end of the pavement here in front of us, over the head of the man with the white t-shirt. But I'm sure you can't see it on your screen because it's too small and too colored like the mountains behind it. But anyway, that's the landmark for Stanford University. And over there is a bridge that goes over the bay from Menlo Park, which is just beyond Palo Alto, over to Fremont, called the Dunbarton Bridge. Dunbarton. Down below us now we see a dirt path right next to that section of the bay, and there's one couple walking on it. This mound is a bird sanctuary, a bird nesting area that's closed to walking, according to a sign that I saw on this side, but actually this mound is where I was on the other side when I took the first videos. Just over there beyond those high-tension towers are some of the domes from Moffett Field, and just beyond the birds here is the top of the Shoreline Amphitheater stage area.